Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction for Overlord and the PlePlePleiades. It is a reaction to the two specials, which are Hamsuke and the very beloved doppelganger, Pandora's actor. So, if you want to see these reactions, you can just go down into my description links and you will find a link where to see it. Once you've done, please come back here and hear out my thoughts about these very special little episodes. So, see you soon. For those of you who came back, welcome back. Now, wasn't that fun? I really like those little specials. I know it's not for everyone. Some don't go too lightly with stuff like chibi and such little specials here, but I liked it a lot. Especially the song in the end. So let's go through. We started off with Hamsuke first, who has a very special position in the Tomb of Nazarick, being more neither like the only good creature there. I think he is a positive, a good creature. Sorry, it's a she. I always confuse this. Hamsuke is female. Well, she's living a little bit like a pet there, you know. You could see it that she even has a little pet house like dogs used to have when they live with humans. So fitting, but a little bit strange. So they started off with her, talking with the girls, who is sitting, and I like this picture, around a round table with tea and everything on top of it. So that reminded me a lot of children's parties, you know, when little children are like playing to have dinner with their puppets or with their friends, something like that, although they are not there. Then they put those little tables with spoons and everything on it. So very sweet. And it was strange to see those girls around that, although it's very fitting. I mean, they are, in many ways, they are like little girls. They are very dangerous and partially deadly, but they do not know very much about the world, which is strange. So whatever, it happened that Hamsuke saw what she thinks to be a male of her species around the room of Eins, and asks the girls for help to find this other hamster and about advice how to act around it, what to do, because she never met another one of her species, which makes sense. She was specifically created by one of the other beings. So, first thing here is the girls have like not really much of experience either. Some especially have like none. Although I am not very sure about our little werewolf girl. She is very, very interested in stuff like that. So she might have some experience. However, one might question if asking those girls is the best option when it comes to your love life. Whatever, it will be entertaining, that's for sure. So they went to Albedo because she is way more knowledgeable when it comes to love, and she was going berserker. She was going nuts. I like that because she thought Hamsuke has fallen in love with Eins as well as many others do. But as soon as she realized it was not about Eins, as they told her, she was like completely for it. You know, it's love. Oh yes, because Eins set it into her settings. It's his fault. He should have done that. So she completely supported Hamsuke, and they went on. I like the small things in the background, you know. While the girls are talking, there are some of these summoned undeads who are serving tea. It's just ridiculous. There's a huge undead in plate armor with, you know, he looks like he could chew you alive, and he's carrying a little tea set. Completely out of the picture. Or in the room of Albedo, there's a little Eins puppet sitting somewhere. So it's like you can only question what she's doing with it. I remember the cushion, you know. However, we got that the background was here that Eins asked, I'm not sure why he did. He asked Pandora to change his form into Hamsuke or something alike. I'm not sure if it was just about testing or if he wanted to pet him, because he did that. However, it was done by Pandora's actor, and you could see that Ainz liked petting Hamsuke. It's a typical thing with little furry creature. You want to pet them, you can't stop it. So when he found out that they were kind of watched in the end by Hamsuke, and he had to go with it again because he promised to Hamsuke that he will find others of her kind if there are, which is very likely a promise he made because he thought there are no others, so he doesn't have to do anything, which is pretty clever. A little bit mean, but clever. I asked myself if he would have the powers to create another thing of that kind. I mean, he's undead and more about undead creatures, so it's very unlikely. But is there an option that he can like he could in the past program NPCs, program creatures? Right now it doesn't seem as though, but they had this access in the past, so maybe? Or is anyone else, if he's not like Lord Ainz about undead creating, is there an option with a spell to create life? I don't think so. I don't know any, but we might see. So they put up traps, very mean traps, where you're like, seriously? You want to catch the love of your life by dropping exploding balls on his head? Well, I don't know. But she very cleverly said, I want a strong male, so that's fine. So remind me, if there are girls out there who are like, first, if there is one I'm interested in, I drop metal balls on his head that explode, and then I put him in a cage. There might be some guys who like it, but I guess not many. However, in the end they found out that Hamsuke simply was in heat, which happens to animals from time to time, especially cat-like creatures, and for others as well. And they went with that, and so Pandora's actor doesn't have to keep the form, thank God. Although he really, really liked the fact that Lord Ainz wanted to do it for the promise. So that it is. They ended it there, and they just left the one trap by the reason of, well, no one else knows it's there, and it will not catch any of us. So what could go wrong? And it was clear something had to be going wrong soon. So we went into the other one, except for extra. Yeah. We went for Pandora's actor. So Pandora's actor is a very, very strange creature. There's no question. So he's a doppelganger. He's the only one ever created by Ainz. So he takes some pride out of it, which I can understand. But it seems Ainz is not really good at creating NPCs. I mean, he only once fiddled into the work of another one by changing a small thing in the settings of Albedo, and we all know how this is turning out now. And here we have Pandora's actor, an NPC he created completely by himself, in a ridiculous outfit, with, it seems, no knowledge about human or whatever kind of creature's emotion and social interaction, and strange knowledge about everything that is weird and geeky, and talking like he's permanently on a stage. So, well, I guess it's better it's not Ainz creating a male for Hamsuke when I see that. So it was about well, how can you get more involved with the others in the tomb? He is hidden in the vault all the time. He has not very much interaction. That's the one thing. But the others seem to kind of socialize at least a little bit. The girls very much more, but they are working together. But even with the floor guardians, there is some interaction. You can see them talking from time to time in the series as well. While Pandora's actor is very, very on his own all the time. So Ainz wanted to change that. And it seems that PA, which is, by the way, a very clever shortcut, PA is not able to really understand the concept of being loved and stuff like that. So Ainz thought, well, what if we change you into a cat? Because everyone loves cats. Everyone wants to pet the cats. And that's what they did. except that the cat still has this hat on and the neck trap, you know? So that looked a little bit ridiculous. It surprisingly worked. It surprisingly worked on CZ, and I felt a little bit of bad for her because when in the end he had to leave, that is something where I'm like, oh man, come on. Why not give these girls a little bit of love? Why not? I really thought that Eins would go for like, well, I order you to keep the cat around or stuff like that. I don't know. Something like you are allowed to have pets. One or something like that. Although that might go wrong, seeing what the girls are like. You never know. Someone has like an alligator or a nightmare as a pet. What? You said I could keep a pet? That's a dragon. We never know what's it. So but I liked it. It's a typical way that a cat snuggles into your heart just by being around, you know, being petted, being nice. It's not giving counter words. That's in the direct way. Although if you ever have had a cat or met a cat, you know cats are very good at that. She named him Brusspipe. Okay. And she definitely liked him. I like the ideas. They've shown the typical things you do with cats. You feed them, you stick around with them, you spend time riding on Hamsuke as example. So they did just that. They spent time together. That's it. Why they bonded. I like the idea about the food. You know, like yeah, here you have bugs. You could see even in CZ's face, no. He swallowed the whole can of food as a whole. Okay, well, that's not the way it's intended to be, but I guess he can digest it. Well, in the end, Eins ordered PA back to find a specific item. I am not sure if he really searched. It looked like, but that might have been something Eins did on purpose to lure him into the trap. But I think it was just accidentally. And then the girls united to save their new friend, the little cat, which in truth is PA. So, especially because CZ asked, because she really loves him. Can't deny that. So, he still has this sticker on the back of his head, the number 1, which is a nice thing as well. So, yeah, this last episode got me a little bit emotionally attached, because it is once again about love. I'm a little bit sad that they ended it the way they did, but it shows the affection that the girls have for Eins, that they are like, we are not allowed to have cats because we have to solemnly focus ourselves on protecting you and the tomb. Ask myself if this will break open a little bit in the future, because they are more and more evolving into complete characters, and they should have a life apart from that. So he's stated to be in the village now. So maybe there are like options that if CZ finds a day off, that she's like, I will go to the village just for supplies, you know, to meet the cat. They will have to be aware of that and send Pandora's actor so that he's there as a cat. I know this is mostly not canon, but those are nice little things which I really, really appreciate. They are very entertaining. As is this outro song. I really, really like it. It really looks cool with the 8-bit music and those little pixel graphics here. And it was a very cool sounding song. Very long ago that I heard good 8-bit music. I think last time was Zack McCracken, and that's decades ago. So, that's it for this time. I hope you liked. I did for sure. As always, feel free to comment. And feel free to visit my Facebook page if you want to be informed when I send out the next episode, because I will note it now. And I will see you the next time, which will very, very likely be the first episode of Season 2 of Overlord. So, until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye, and out.